make sure to check out Agelessgeeks.com, and if you're local in California, you can check out their store where they have cards, games, figures, and more. Be sure to check out the Plastic Power podcast on Spotify. It's hosted by me, Daredevil19, and my buddy Star Blast Studios, and we do talk about action figures, anime, and more, and we do have guests on there a lot as well. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Spider-Man No Way Home Tobey McGuire Spider-Man. A version of Spider-Man we have patiently been waiting for any import company to tackle, and finally, Figuarts got to it first. But is this an amazing figure? You guys see what I did there? Or is it absolute garbage, like when Peter Parker threw his suit out in Spider-Man 2? So without further ado, let's get into it right away and take a super duper quick look at the box. So here is the front of the box, pretty basic for Figuarts. The one side, the back, with only a couple of promo pics there, and then the other side. So now let's move on to the detail here. And I think the detail turned out pretty damn good. The spider symbols and the webbing all over looks great. The eyes aren't too bad, but on mine, it's like a glop of paint is on the left eye, but you really need to look in order to see it. We get a really nice texture throughout the red on the suit and on the blue as well, and I dig it. The knee joints blend in nicely too. There really isn't any issues when it comes to the paint and sculpt detail. Timaginations did do a pretty kick-ass job in that department. So now, let's continue on to the height and height comparisons. So now for the height of our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here, to the very tippy top of his head. It looks like he's almost 6 inches tall. It looks like he's a little bit under the 6-inch mark. And then here he is compared to a few other figures. So we do have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie version Goku. And then we do have the SH Figuarts movie Venom. Then we do have the Marvel Legends comic version Shocker and the Marvel Legends comic version Black Panther. And then here he is also compared to some more Marvel Legends figures, and all of these are Marvel Legends, as you can see. So we do have Wolverine, Morbius, the MCU version of Moon Knight, and then we do have the 80th anniversary Thor, and I think his scaling is pretty good. So there is the height and height comparisons. Now let's move on to the accessories. Moving on over to the accessories here, and you can see we get a pretty good amount of stuff, but it is kind of basic-y Spider-Man stuff when it comes to SH Figuarts. But I do like how we don't have just one unmasked head. They included 2, so that's definitely cool, and then the masked one as well. But then we get the hands, and then we do get the masks. So for the faces or head sculpts, we do get the masked one, which is my favorite out of all 3 of them. That's the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, which we already pretty much took a look at. In the middle, we do get the basic Stern unmasked head sculpt, and I think that one looks most like Tobey. I mean, the one next to it looks like him too. I feel like if they added a little more paint detail, it would have brought out his features more in the figure. Another thing is the unmasked head does have the neck with the partial suit on and the mask off, so you see a little bit of the skin tone there. Now, we do get the mask, so when he has his mask off, you could have him hold on to it, and we do get hands that does hold on to it, and they did a pretty good job with it. Once again, my left eye, a little issue with the paintwork there, but everything else does look pretty good, and I do like when they include stuff like this with superheroes, because when they take their mask off, it doesn't just disappear. Now for the webbing here, we do get a pair of the longer thwipping ones, and then a pair of the smaller ones, and I'm not a big fan of the translucent webbing. I don't know, I just don't like it. Then we do have like the swinging web here. Like the sculpt of it looks decent, but I don't know, I feel like it should be white with shading in it. Then we do get a total of 12 alternate hands. So we do get a pair of fists. We do have a pair of nose-picking hands. Just kidding, that's for the meme when you have all three of the figures, or Spider-Man figures. Then we do get the web holding or gripping on to the web hands. Then we do get the gripping on to the mask hands. Then we do get the web shooting hands, my favorite. Then wall crawling hands. And I do wish they included like wall crawling hands, whereas fingers are clenched a little bit more like on some of the posters. Now for the articulation here, so we do get some pretty good articulation articulation with Spidey here, so the neck does look down really good, looks up, alright, you get beautiful pivot out of both the neck joints there, as you can see, and then it does swivel as well. You need that swivel action. Then you do get a little bit of shifting forward and back at the torso. It crunches forward really well, no gappage on the back at all, so that is good, and it does go back decently, as you can see there. Then you do get very nice pivot out of the torso joint, and it also does swivel. I can't get any swivel or pivot at the waist. It only hinges forward and back a little bit. I don't know if it just hinges or if joints are stuck. It might just be a hinge only. Then you do get a very nice circular motion at the shoulder, and then you also get a butterfly joint, and the arms go out a lot more than 90 degrees, and they do also go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, beautiful double jointed elbows that pretty much go in all the way, totally awesome. Then we do have a swivel and a hinge at the wrist, a ball hinge, and you can move it around a little bit on the hand as well. Legs kick forward a bit more than 90 degrees. They do go back 90 degrees. And then he can almost Jean-Claude Van Damme it. I wish he could Van Damme it perfectly like Van Damme. We do get the upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, very nice double jointed knees, go all the way back, and the knee joints look good. Ankle swivel, hinge up, alright. Hinge down really well, and a beautiful ankle pivot, almost a 90-degree bend there. I like it. Then we do get a toe hingeroo. Overall, I really do like this figure, and yes, I was one of those people who have been patiently waiting and wanting an SH Figuarts or some import company to make us a Tobey McGuire Spider-Man, and for the most part, they did a fantastic job with this figure. The detail is definitely one of the high points to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here. The articulation is also a positive too. I had a lot of fun posing this figure around and putting him into different poses. So you definitely have the posing options. The accessories are pretty good too. Yeah, they could have added a little more paint detail on the unmasked faces to bring out Tobey's likeness more, but I'm glad they included not just the one, but two unmasked head sculpts. We also have a ton of hands, the mask, and the webs. Like I was saying before, I wish they would update the webs and make them more like bendy wire and not translucent. Kind of like how Mezco does theirs, you know, just make them white and then add some shading on them, maybe make some of them have bendy wire. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you like translucent webbing for your Spider-Man figures or not. But I also did think the price was a bit steep on this figure. I think he's close to like $100. Like, jeez. So now, let's move on to my ratings. So for Spidey's detail, I'm gonna have to give it an even 9. Articulation, I'm gonna give it a 9.4, and then accessories, I'm gonna give it an 8.8. So my overall rating is a 9.1. And now for the QC issue and price rating. So the QC issue rating, I'm going to give it an even 9. And then the price rating, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Because like I said before, the price tag is a bit too steep. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Spider-Man No Way Home Friendly Neighborhood Tobey McGuire Spider-Man. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the figure in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, I will catch you on the next episode of Daredevil 19, and I will also see you guys later.